Bonjour, dear viewers, and welcome to our special coverage for the current visit by President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi to the Chinese capital, Beijing. President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi and Chinese President Xi Jinping are to hold the meeting on Wednesday in the presidential palace in the Chinese capital, Beijing. The meeting is to discuss boosting bilateral ties in various domains. The visit coincides with the 10th anniversary of raising ties between the two sides to the level of comprehensive strategic partnership. They are also to discuss regional and international issues of mutual concern, at top of which the war in the Gaza Strip and means of regaining stability in the region. They will witness the signing of a number of deals and memoranda of understanding in the various fields. Al-Sisi had arrived earlier on Tuesday in Beijing upon an invitation from the Chinese president. During the visit, the Sisi will hold a meeting with the heads of a number of giant Chinese companies over attracting more foreign investment to Egypt. He will also attend the inaugural session of the 10th ministerial meeting of the Arab-Chinese Forum to be held on the 30th of May, bringing together the Chinese president and a number of Arab leaders. To shed more light on the issue, we are very much delighted to be joined over the phone by Ms. Mary Lai, Vice President of the Arab Friendship Association in Hong Kong and Chairman of the Sino-Egypt Friendship Promotion Society in Cairo. Good afternoon to you.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Good afternoon. Yes. Yes.
Thank you for joining us and for being our guest for today.
Yes, thank you. And also I'm happy to see our President Sisi landing to Beijing to meet our President Xi.
Yes, indeed. How do you weigh the timing of the visit by President Sisi to China?
Of course, this is a very significant in the history and also important to show the friendship between China and Egypt. And second is the trust partnership in two countries for the development of two civilizations.
Indeed. How would you describe ties between Cairo and Beijing in the last decade?
Of course, you know, I've been living in Egypt for 36 years. I have witnessing the improvement, the progress of the development, the friendship, partnership in every aspect between China and Egypt. And I think now we have...
Yes. Ms. Lai, I do believe that we did lost contact. We did lost contact with Ms. Lai, and we'll get back to her. And indeed, joining President Sisi in the visit is Foreign Minister Sameh Shoukry, who is in Beijing, who started earlier the visit to Beijing in preparation for the 10th ministerial meeting of the Arab-Chinese Forum, which will be held next Thursday in Beijing. The forum is described as a platform for dialogue and cooperation between China and Arab countries. The forum was launched in September 2004 in a communique in the Arab League in Cairo after a visit by the Chinese president back then. Welcome back, Ms. Lai, and we apologize for this inconvenience.
No problem, yeah. Okay.
Yes. We were talking about the relations between Cairo and Beijing in the last decade.
Yes, we were talking about this, the relationship in different aspects in this past decade in between Cairo and Beijing in different aspects. Yes, and it's because China have consider Egypt is the most significant strategic partner. Yeah, with Egypt, China.
Indeed.
Yeah, in the government level, civilian level, and so it's a strategic partnership.
Indeed. Ms. Lai, the visit comes by President Sisi comes at the anniversary of raising the level of ties between Cairo and Beijing to the level of strategic ties. How have both countries benefited from raising the ties to the level of strategic ties?
Yes, of course. Number one, I think China need for with Egypt that the relation strategic is make sure we're more now investors in Egypt from China, and has opened a way for China to reaching out Africa into the Arab world. So in Egypt, positionally, it's a very strategic. And Egypt also, the China has a big market and welcome the China technology and also investor to come to Egypt to make as industry in Egypt become a second hub of China in Africa.
Indeed. How do you see the reasons for China's interest in ties with the Arab world, Ms. Lai?
I think Arab world is very important to China, not only China to the world. If the stability of the Arab world is to balance the world power, and China see this, and China are willing to cooperate with the Arab world to make peace and also stability for the world.
Indeed. Actually, the 10th ministerial meeting of the Arab-Chinese Forum is to be held on May the 30th. In your opinion, what issues are to feature high on the agenda of the forum's discussions?
I think China are very interested to see this Belt and Road Initiative take more active for another 10 years, because our Belt and Road Initiative already started 10 years. And so they want to be seeing on different aspects the Belt and Road will be successful in this forum.
But how are the recent challenges like the war in Ukraine and the developments in Gaza, which came while the world was reeling from the repercussions of COVID, impacting the drive for economic cooperation among the international blocs?
Of course, like the Chinese, when they consider for the investment, first thing is safety.
Yes.
So I think that is one kind of a block to make the Chinese hesitate to come to the Arab world, because they have some fear of safety. But of course, this is only the media. I'm sure in this forum, all the Arab leaders, they will have a mutual interest to make this area safe and stable.
Yes. Which arenas draw most partnership schemes between China and Egypt and China and the Arab world on a larger scale?
Okay. Between China and Egypt, I think one is to a lot of building infrastructure and industry, manufacture. I think that will be natural, that each China and Egypt to helping one another and to balance the import-export, and also the industry, the manufacturer could be from China moved to Egypt.
Ms. Lai, in previous meetings, China has stressed cooperating within the framework of the Belt and Road Initiative in order to achieve the two common interests with Africa. How would the Belt and Road Initiative change the economic weights in the world?
Well, I think this is Egypt have a very successful Belt and Road results. As we see, we have the economic zone in Ain Sokhna, in the new capital, and a lot of building and infrastructure in Ismailia, in Alexandria, and even in the culture way. So the Chinese language being popular in Egypt, many things is already show the successful of the Belt and Road Initiative, but we still need to more deeper, because Egypt is a big country. And also there's all the challenges about the economy, the dollar, or some problems, so the investor has some reservation. But I'm sure during this coming meeting, there will be some breakthroughs and discussing about how to maintain a mutual concern and keep the investor more safe, secure, and to be in Egypt. and in the Arab world.
Yes. Ms. Lai, the two leaders, President Sisi and President Xi Jinping, are also to discuss regional and international issues of mutual concern, atop of which the war in the Gaza Strip and means of regaining the stability in the region. What's your take on that?
Can you repeat the question at the end? What?
Yes, the two leaders are expected to tackle the issue of the war in Gaza and means of regaining the stability in the region. What's your take on that, Ms. Lee?
I think it's the mutual concern, but have a mutual commitment to maintain the stability and the peace. And China is working very hard. And so he wants to do this with a strong partnership with Egypt and other Arab world to make it happen.
Yes. Also, Ms. Lai, the two leaders will witness the signing of a number of deals and memoranda of understanding in various fields. How do you see this level of cooperation between both countries?
The cooperation, right?
Yes. Many memoranda of understanding would be signed during the visit by President Sisi to Beijing.
I'm sorry, because I didn't hear well, because can you send a question or something again?
That Egypt and China will sign a number of deals and memoranda of understanding during the visit. What's your take on that, Ms. Lai?
I'm sure that China would like, through this meeting, have a lot of MOU to sign with Egypt. You know, I could only speak on Egypt, with more technology and manufacture to come to Egypt.
Yes. Finally, Ms. Lai, how do you see this visit by President Sisi to Beijing, and how is it is representing an importance to China as well?
I think this time when President Sisi presence in China is one to encourage the Chinese potential investor or the manufacturer. They are more confident that their country, like China, have a commitment, partnership with Egypt. I really believe this visit to encourage more Chinese to come to Egypt, to consider Egypt is the second home. They could build a factory, and they build the investment in Egypt.
Ms. Lai, what are the most important levels of cooperation between both countries from your point of view? What more do we expect to witness on the level of cooperation in the coming period, especially after this important visit?
According what I understood, I think this time there's many areas that China and Egypt to discuss. Because the new capital is a big project, and there are a lot of infrastructure need to be implemented.
Yes, indeed. Ms. Mary Lai, Vice President of the Arab Friendship Association in Hong Kong and Chairman of the Sino-Egypt Friendship Promotion Society in Cairo, thank you so much for your precious input and for being our guest for today. And a quick reminder, President Sisi and Chinese President Xi Jinping are to hold a meeting on Wednesday in the Presidential Palace in the Chinese capital, Beijing. The meeting is to discuss boosting bilateral ties in various domains. The visit coincides with the 10th anniversary of raising ties between the two sides to the level of a comprehensive strategic partnership. They are also to discuss regional and international issues of mutual concern, atop of which the war in Gaza and means of regaining stability in the region. The two leaders will witness the signing of a number of deals and memoranda of understanding in various fields. Sisi has arrived earlier Tuesday in Beijing upon an invitation from the Chinese president. During the visit, President Sisi will hold a meeting with the heads of a number of giant Chinese companies over attracting more investments to Egypt. He will also attend the inaugural session of the 10th ministerial meeting of the Arab-Chinese Forum to be held on the 30th of May, bringing together the Chinese president and a number of Arab leaders. Our dear viewers, that was our special coverage for the visit by President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi to China and his expected meeting with the Chinese President Xi Jinping.